Hi, I'm Jen, and you're listening to the Shadow Sanctuary, where I dig into the history of haunted locations to try and find a correlation between historical fact and paranormal experience. Is there a reason for the haunting? Why does energy stay? Keep listening to find out more. Welcome to the Shadow Sanctuary. I'm your host, Jen. It's finally spring, and once again, we find ourselves in New England. Tonight, I'm going to tell you about White Horse Tavern in Newport, Rhode Island. So, let's get into it. Newport is a seaside city known as New England's summer resort. Founded in 1639, Newport grew to be the largest of the four original settlements that became the colony of Rhode Island. The colony of Rhode Island received its royal charter in 1663, and Benedict Arnold was elected as its first governor. Newport was the most important port in the colony of Rhode Island. Newport was a major center of the slave trade in colonial and early America. Slaves were trafficked illegally into Rhode Island, breaking a 1787 law prohibiting residents of the state from trading in slaves. 700 Rhode Islanders owned or captained slave ships. However, Newport was also inhabited by a small group of abolitionists and free blacks. Reverend Samuel Hopkins, who lived in Newport, has been called America's first abolitionist. Newport was the scene of much activity during the Revolutionary War. It was in Newport that the Rhode Island General Assembly voted to ratify the Constitution in 1790 and become the 13th state. Beginning in the mid 19th century, wealthy Southern planners seeking to escape the heat began to build summer cottages in Newport. By the turn of the 20th century, many of the nation's wealthiest families were summering in Newport, including the Vanderbilts, Astors, and the Widner family. Many of the homes were designed by New York architect Richard Morris Hunt. First Lady Jackie Kennedy Onassis had many ties to Newport. She spent her childhood summers at Hammersmith Farm. She and JFK attended St. Mary's Church and were married there September 12th, 1953. The city of Newport has also been long entwined with the United States Navy. It held the campus of the U.S. Naval Academy during the Civil War. Today, it hosts Naval Station Newport and remains home to the U.S. Naval War College. In 1652, the White Horse Tavern was originally constructed as a two-story, two-room residence for Francis Brinley. In 1673, it was acquired by William Mays Sr. and converted to a tavern. For almost 100 years, this large and comfortable tavern was the meeting place of the colony's General Assembly, Criminal Court, and City Council. In 1702, William Mays Jr. succeeded his father as innkeeper and was granted a license to sell all sorts of strong drink. William was a notorious pirate that operated in the Red Sea and returned to Newport with his bounty. Openly welcomed and protected by the townspeople, the privateer caused much embarrassment to the officials of the British colony. Mary Mays Nichols, William's sister, and her husband Robert shortly followed as innkeepers, and for the next 200 years, the tavern remained in the Nichols family. In 1730, Jonathan Nichols became innkeeper and gave the tavern its name, the White Horse. In 1776, Walter Nichols, the new owner, moved his family out of the tavern and out of Newport rather than live with the Hessian mercenaries billeted there by the British. In 1954, the tavern showed years of use and neglect. Through the generosity of the Van Buren family, the property was acquired by the Newport Preservation Society and was restored. In 1972, the tavern was recognized as a National Historic Landmark and placed on the National Register of Historic Places. The White Horse Tavern is the oldest tavern still in operation in America. It should come as no surprise, then, that it has a few resident spirits. One of these is said to be a man who died at the tavern in the 1720s. He has been seen by staff and guests dressed in common, shabby colonial attire, most often in the main dining room by one of the fireplaces. He has also been spotted in the upstairs men's bathroom. Another unseen entity has been known to tap staff on the shoulder and is said to act as a guardian of the building. A little girl has been heard crying near the restrooms on the second floor when no one is there. The spirit of a female has been seen floating above the dining tables and has even been captured in a photograph. Heavy footsteps are sometimes heard in unoccupied rooms. The White Horse Tavern is located at 26 Marlborough Street, Newport, Rhode Island. They are open Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. They offer fine dining and spirits of both varieties. If you pay them a visit, let them know the Shadow Sanctuary podcast sent you. That's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for more information on upcoming episodes. As always, don't let the eerie vibes fade too quickly. Stay haunted, my friends.